Hi everyone, welcome back to my floss tube. My name is Rachel, this is Lemonade Stitching, and today is my 2024 WIP Parade. So in addition to a WIP Parade, today is also the third installment of my 2024 FLOSSMAS series. So if you haven't had a chance already, either before or after this WIP Parade, definitely go check out the other FLOSSMAS videos I posted. And if you're watching this after December is over, they're all up. They're all on one floss tube, or one playlist, excuse me. And they're all there for you to enjoy. They're not Christmas themed, but they're just some extra floss tube cross stitch related videos that I think y'all will enjoy. I have 9 WIPs as of today. It is Wednesday, December 11th, 2024, and I'm just gonna kind of go through them oldest to newest to tell you the details, and that'll be that. I'm gonna save all of my 2024 stats for my December wrap-up floss tube, which will be out either January 1st or 2nd. And that way the year will be officially over. I will have a final count of all of my starts and finishes and stitches, and I will share that with you at that point. But without further ado, let's jump into my current WIPs. So my first and oldest WIP is Summer Symphony, and I will put up the cover photos on the screen just to keep like glare off of them and stuff. But this is an old Bucilla kit, and I started this sometime in high school. I'm estimating it was around 2015, but to be honest, I have no idea the exact date. I just know I was in high school. But I have worked on this on and off through the years, mostly off, to be honest with you, so it is still not done after almost 10 years. Maybe next year for its 10-year anniversary, I'll get it finished. Maybe. But here is my progress on Summer Symphony. I have the left half done, and I just have the right half. This is a gorgeous old chart of like a beautiful white home with pink flowers and a big tree in the front yard. And I do really love it. It's gorgeous. It's just not my, I don't know, it hasn't been what I've been drawn to work on. But hopefully in 2025 it will see a lot more progress. Again, this is Summer Symphony by Bucilla, and it is stitched with the kit flosses on 14 count white Aida. And it is 9 years old at this point. My next WIP is Celtic Noel by Lavender and Lace, so I will put up a chart photo if you're not familiar with the pattern. This is one of the Celtic ladies. She is Christmas themed with these beautiful red and gold colors. And I started this project back on November 15th of 2023. As a disclaimer, I didn't stitch the top border portion. I was gifted this current WIP, and I have just been working on it since that date, and I'm currently 48% complete. So here is my progress. She is stitched 2/2 with the called for flosses on a 28 count Lugana. I believe it's just the called for Lugana. I'm not sure the exact name of it. And the only change I made to the floss is the gold that I'm using in her dress is Petite Treasure Braid instead of the DMC metallic floss. So this is where she is. Absolutely stunning. I'm obsessed with this. And someday I would like this hanging in my home for Christmas. I love it so much. So this is Celtic Noel. And that 48% does include the bead count. So stitches is less than that. It's probably 50% done if we take out the beads. But the way markup counts it, it keeps it all as one, which is kind of nice. My third WIP is Jacque's View. This is an old leaflet that I thrifted at my local creative reuse store. I love this European balcony scene, and the black and white cat reminds me of my kitten Sybil, and I just knew immediately when I saw this I needed to start it. So I have been working on this since January 20th of 2024. I'm currently at 16% of the way through, and this is what my project looks like. So as you can see, not a ton of progress on this one. I'm stitching it 2/2 with the called for DMC on a 14 count easy grid white Aida. And I started on the left corner, and I've just been working my way down the door. I haven't kitted up the rest of the project actually. I only bought the flosses that are on this side because it's such block stitching. So then once I finish with the side, I'll either count over and do the right side, or I'll start kitting up the flosses that are used in the center of the chart. That is Jacque's view. And this is getting slow but steady progress as one of my full coverages. My only true full coverage, but I like to count my kits as full coverage because they're mostly full coverage. WIP number 4 is Modern Pop Art Strawberry by Box & Fox. Here is the cover photo. It is just a really fun, like, pop art poster-ish collage of strawberries. I started this on June 2nd of 2024 for hashtag Strawberry Moon Cell, hosted by Marjorie Maid. And I am only 9% through this chart. I don't pull it out super often, but I'll probably pull it out this next coming June for sure. But I have 2 strawberries done, and it's not a huge chart. I was expecting it to be bigger, but this is just like a 8 by 10 piece of fabric, I think. And it's stitched 2 over 2 on an 18 count white Aida with the called for DMCs. If you're at all interested in this style, Box & Fox has a lot more like fruit collages and floral collages on their Etsy, so definitely check them out. There are others that I like, but I get bored with this block stitching sometimes, so I'm only letting myself get one at a time. So if I ever finish this, I will pick another to work on because they are fun. I think they can make really fun project bags or accessories or something like that. WIP number 5 is actually a never before seen chart on my floss tube. This is a secret stitch that I've been working on, but I am ready to share it here in my 2024 WIP Parade as a little treat for those of you who have watched this video, because it's not normally shown in my floss tubes, and that is Friendship Gathering by Blackbird Designs. This is an out of print chart. It is hard to find, hard to get your hands on, and usually costs you a pretty penny. But I am stitching this on 32 count country Mocha with a DMC conversion from Stash. I looked up the called for over dyes and just picked similar-ish colors that I liked in my stash, and I started this on June 15th of 2024, and I am 52% of the way through. So here is where I am with Friendship Gathering. Just a gorgeous overflowing bouquet of pink flowers in a blue and gray vase. So this is another one. It really was not as big as I thought. And I'm excited to see it finished and decide what I'm going to do with it. This one is another one that it could be a project keeper, project bag, framed, but I haven't quite decided what I want to do. Again, this is Friendship Gathering by Blackbird Designs. WIP number 6 is Delft Blooms by Sprouting Lupine. Here is the cover image if you're not familiar with it. Sprouting Lupine actually has 2 charts in this similar design, Delft Blooms and Delft Beetles. I'm starting with Delft Blooms, and I started this in June 29th, 2024, and I'm currently 19% through. I'm stitching it on 32 count Mercedes by Picture This Plus, which is this gorgeous mottled light blue color. And I'm stitching it with the called for DMCs, and I do have plans to stitch Delft Beetles after I'm done and then turn them together into a project bag. So as you can see, for this project, I've really just been working my way across the top, and then I'll start working my way down. Again, Delft Blooms by Sprouting Lupine, and it is 19% complete. WIP number 7 is Lovely Victorian Home. This is an old out-of-print dimensions kit that I bought on eBay. I saw Katie from Red Stitchery stitching this and instantly knew that I needed to have it. So I'm very lucky that I was able to find it. I absolutely love the artwork in this, and I started it on September 2nd, 2024. I do not have a stitch count for this because it is an old dimensions kit, but this is my progress so far. So I did a center start on this 14 count Ivory Aida with the kit flosses, worked my way up to the top, and now I'm working my way back down. So that is the top. It's mostly half stitches in the trees, And then here's the side with the little boat. I really like how this is coming along, but I needed a break from the half stitches. I didn't think I would ever be able to say that I was tired of doing half stitches, but after a while I was just like, I need to do something else. But I love how it's coming together. Dimension kits are such a trust the process thing, I think. Sometimes you're putting colors down and you're like, I don't know if this is really what they meant to do. But then once you hold it back and look at the overall artwork and how the colors work together, it's just absolutely incredible. WIP number 8 is The Light Upon the Lawn by Blackbird Designs. This one is still in print, so I bought the paper chart for this one, and it's part of a larger series, I think, for the birds. And I am stitching it on 32 count gray by Weeks Dye Works. I started this on December 1st of 2024, and I'm already 34% of the way through. I am stitching this on with a color and cotton conversion, like I said, on gray by Weeks Dye Works. It's really not gray though, it's more of like a dirty tan. Like there's definitely gray throughout, but it's a tan fabric that just looks really dirty. So I really like the effect though. I think it looks really nice, and I stayed pretty true to the called for colors with my conversion. So again, this was a top left start, and I'm just working my way across so that I can get this fabric cut down. And I love how this is coming out. Again, this is The Light Upon the Lawn by Blackbird Designs, and this is still in print, so you can get it if you're interested. And if you're interested in the color and cotton flosses that I'm using for this, I have it linked in a highlight on my Instagram, so feel free to check that out. And if you have any questions about where I put colors, just let me know. Send me a message, leave a comment, any of that. Alright, number 9, my last WIP that I have for you today is Marshmallow World by Heartstrings Samplery. This is another never before seen chart on my floss tube. Honestly, I think Light Upon the Lawn might be never before seen either, because I started it on December 1st, so it won't be shown until my December floss tube update. But this one I just got at Jingle Ball this past weekend. It was a Jingle Ball exclusive from Heartstrings Samplery. I fell in love as soon as I saw it. I knew I needed it, and I was gonna buy like the called for colors, but I decided to look at what I had in the stash, and I actually had the perfect colors left over from Cottage Garden Threads from when I stitched in the library by Mojo Stitches. So I was able to do a conversion, which I'm working on a graphic to put up on my Instagram. So if it's not up by the time this video goes live, it will be up very soon, I promise, and it'll be in that same color conversions highlight as the previous chart. But the colors, literally just the absolute perfect set of colors. Some fussy cutting involved to only get part of the super variegated flosses, but nothing too major. So without further ado, I will show you my progress on this. Again, it's Marshmallow World by Heartstrings Samplery. I'm stitching this on 36 count Blue Ridge by Atomic Ranch with my stash conversion. And I started this on December 7th, and it is 14% complete. So I'm going to hold it up. I'm going to fold the fabric because it's like white on this light blue, so it might be hard to see. So I did a center start, and I started with these snowflakes and then moved down to the snowman, and I'm stitching this mostly in hand. And I'm actually omitting the blue stitches that are in throughout the snow because my fabric is light blue and the Cottage Garden thread that I have is literally the same exact color. So I will still list it on my color conversion graphic that I'm going to make for you, just because you might be stitching it on a different fabric and need a blue that color, and it is literally the exact same color as this fabric. But for me, I am just leaving it off. It's like 1,000 stitches or something, so it'll cut down a little bit, and I just don't think it needs it. I love this chart. I'm really excited to have this hanging up for Christmas, to decorate, and really just all winter long, because it is just a snowman. Like, it doesn't have to be up just for Christmas. So hopefully by next winter of 2025, this will be up in my house. Those are all of my WIPs I have to share with you today. Like I said, it's only 9, so pretty short as far as your normal WIP parade goes, but I really don't like to have too many WIPs. I think I cut it off at 15 throughout this year, just because that was when I started getting a little overwhelmed and felt like I wasn't working on enough projects. But I also have a lot of starts planned for next year, so my 2025 WIP parade could look very different, but it's a little too soon to tell. If you're interested in seeing what I have planned for next year and the starts that I want to do, definitely check out my FLOSSMAS video that I'm going to be posting soon, which is my 2025 plans. So subscribe if you want to see that. And like I said, my final 2024 stats will be in my December floss tube. I think it's number 25 if my math is correct. So that'll be posted first thing in January. I'll talk about how many stitches I got in this year, how many starts and finishes I had, and all of that. There will also be more progress on all these projects. And I'm filming this like mid-month so that you're not seeing the projects at the same point in both videos. So definitely check out that video to see what else I get up to throughout the rest of December. And like I said in the beginning of the video, if you haven't seen my other FLOSSMAS videos already, please go check them out. I think they're pretty fun, a little different than my normal floss tubes, and I'll see y'all in my next video.